After a decade as a real estate agent and walking thousands of backyards, I can tell you this: people are very creative with ways to ruin a backyard. Impressively creative. Sometimes it's because they cut the wrong corners, and sometimes it's because nobody told them what to avoid before they started. Either way, the result is the same: a yard that looks fine on day one and becomes a problem by year 2. These are the greatest hits. 6 backyard projects that you'll regret if not done right. I'm Justin Braithwaite. Let's get into it. Number 1, misplaced fire pits. Most people pick a spot for a fire pit based on how it looks in the yard, but a fire pit placed too close to a deck or a fence or an overhanging tree isn't just a bad decision, it's actually a fire hazard. Most jurisdictions even require minimum clearances from any structure. Beyond the legal issue, a pit that's too close to the house pulls smoke directly toward windows and doors, so you build an outdoor living space and now you can't go inside or outside without smelling like a campfire. So pick your spot based on clearance first, aesthetics second. Number 2, standing water ponds. A standing pond is an ecosystem, not just a decoration. You'll spend your weekends managing water chemistry, filters, and algae. You don't realize that you're adopting a small, expensive, uncooperative lake. If a pump fails while you're away, the water becomes anaerobic and foul. Another option is to choose a pondless waterfall instead. Water flows over stones and disappears into a hidden gravel basin. You get the sound of moving water without the mosquito breeding or the maintenance of an open pond. Number 3, center yard pergolas. A pergola affects your options for how you use your backyard. Placing it in the center of your yard can divide the area into awkward, unusable slivers. It kills the flexibility needed for kids to play or for hosting large groups. You want a beautiful outdoor living space, but instead, your children now run around in little circles and your guests have to choose a side like friends in a divorce.
The yellow areas are mine. The red areas are hers. This seems rational to you both? I got more square footage.
Build your structures at the perimeter. This creates a destination while leaving the center open and versatile. The pergola should frame the yard, not block it. We've covered 3 of the 6 so far, and honestly, 2 out of the next 3 are where people make the most expensive mistakes. Let's keep going. Number 4, full hardscaping. Full yard paving gets sold as a zero maintenance upgrade, and yes, you won't mow it. You will, however, avoid it entirely from June through September because it radiates heat like a parking garage. So you get a 2-for-1, zero maintenance and zero enjoyment. There is also a drainage consideration. Even with proper channel drains, you're moving water that once absorbed slowly into soil and now has to go somewhere fast. If not planned correctly, that can be toward your foundation or your neighbor's property. Many municipalities even now have limits on non-permeable surfaces. You probably want to keep it below 60% hardscape and maintain 40% to manage both heat and runoff. And on the topic of improvements and upgrades, I put together 2 free guides, one for home sellers covering the highest ROI improvements before you list, and one for buyers covering the red flags to look for on any walkthrough. Grab whichever one applies to you at braithrealty.com/guides. The link is in the description. Number 5, stepping stones and grass. Stepping stones aren't themselves the problem. The way a lot of people DIY them is. A lot of people just drop them on top of the grass rather than setting them into a compacted base, and as a result, they shift over time. And what started as a clean path becomes an uneven surface that's easy to trip on, especially at night, which is a fun way to remind yourself of your homeowner's insurance deductible in case you forgot it. Set them flush to the grade or use a continuous paver path instead. Done right, they're fine. Done the easy way, they're a visual and liability problem that gets worse every season. Number 6, solid privacy fences. A solid 6-foot fence kills airflow and creates stagnant, damp pockets where moss can grow on siding and turf. Structurally, a solid fence also can act like a sail. In a serious storm, high winds can generate enough lateral pressure to pull the posts out of the ground. Nothing says welcome to the neighborhood like your fence landing in someone else's yard. Use shadow box or slatted styles for long runs. Wind passes through the gaps, pressure is distributed, and the fence stays standing. None of these are unsolvable problems, but that's the point. Most of them come down to placement, planning, or just knowing what to ask before the project starts. You now have the list. Do it right the first time, or know what to fix if you've already done it. Either way, you're ahead of where you were a few minutes ago. What are the biggest problems you have in your backyard? I want to hear it in the comments, and subscribe so you don't miss future videos just like this released every Friday. I'm Justin Braithwaite. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.